Hi all, in this unit we will deal about Indian diaspora and its various perspectives and also transnationalism. So, what is diaspora? Diaspora is a term that have first appeared in Old Testament, that is a Greek translation and book. Later in 1993, the English Oxford Dictionary have defined it for all Jews who live outside the biblical land of Israel. Later, the common people have understood that diaspora is the term that denotes the situation of people who live outside their homeland. For example, consider the case of an Indian who have migrated to a European land. So, the situation that the person faces can be termed as diaspora. Later, a sociologist named William Safran have came up with six-point model to denote what constitute the situation for a diaspora. So the 6 points are the dispersal from original homeland. For example, the Indian person that have gone to European land is dispersed from India. So that is came out from their homeland. The second point is retention of collective memory. The person that have migrated to the European land will have the memories about their homeland. The third point is vision of original homeland. The person migrated should definitely have the vision of what their homeland is. The fourth point is partial assimilation in host society. Due to their constant memories of their homeland, they are not fully engaged in the host society, or we can say that they are partially assimilated in host society. The fifth point is idealized wish to return to original homeland. That person should have a wish to return to their homeland. And the sixth point is continuous renewal of linkages with homeland. Nowadays, the globalization resulted in a huge telecommunication impact on people. So the people can contact their members in homeland through video call, normal call, and etc. So they can renew their linkages with homeland in easy way. Now, we are going to learn about the perspective on study Indian diaspora. The thing that constitute the perspective of Indian diaspora consists of five main perspectives. The first one is retention perspective, second one is adaptationist perspective, then plural society perspective, then ethnicity approach, and later political economy perspective. So we are going to know about what are these five. The first perspective is reductionist perspective. It is the ability of Indians to retain, reconstitute, revitalize many aspects of their culture in overseas settings. For example, consider a South Indian person who have migrated to a Gulf country. The South Indians commonly celebrate Onam festivities, so that person will definitely try to celebrate Onam in the Gulf country at that season. So this was the thing. Morton Glass, a sociologist, he was the first one to study retentionist perspective, and it was on East Indian people who living in Trinidad. So he came up to the conclusion that the East Indian people who are living in Trinidad try to rebuild a community resembling the socio-cultural system of village India. This means that East Indian people have tried to implant the village that have existed in their homeland. For example, they tried to implant all the cultural, festive, religious, political, socio-economic things that had in their homeland village to the new village that they are staying in the host country. So this was the thing about retention perspective. The second one is the adaptationist perspective. This simply means the adaptation of immigrant society in social environment of host society. This means that how the immigrant, that is the person, is going to adapt the new environment that is prevailing in the host society. Will they fully be involved in the activities of the host land or partially involved? That's the thing. So the first sociologist who came up with study is R.K. James, and he tried to explain the adaptation of Indian people who have gone to Malayan city. Malayan city simply means a mountainous region or climate. So he studied that perspective. Then later, Burgon Benedict have tried to analyzed the people who have migrated to Mauritius, and the thing that he found that there is a group of people in the host land trying to make these immigrants to fully part of their country. But there is also a group of people in the host land. They are trying to avoid this immigrant away from their culture, their socio-economic, their political aspects of that host land. Then Adrian Mayer, who have studied the people who have migrated to Fiji. So these are the three sociologists who have studied the adaptationist perspective of Indians over different countries. The third perspective is plural society perspective. And the first sociologist to study about this was Portival. So according to him, he have studied in a colonial society of Southeast Asia. So he considered three features that are dealing with the pluralist society. So the first one is cultural, second one is economic, and the third one is political. In the case of cultural, he said that there is an incompatibility between the culture that is existing in the host land and also the culture that is in the mind of the immigrant. So there is an incompatibility between the adaptable condition of the immigrant to the culture. And the second one is economic. This economic will constitute while they are going to buy something at the marketplace. So they are coming in contact with different items or different fruits or different vegetables that they are not familiar with, and also they are coming into contact with people from various social settings. So economic will constitute collection at marketplace. And the third one is political. This is about a colonial power. That means, according to Furnival, the people that the immigrant become part of the host country, it is due to a major colonial power that exists there. That means that the power is trying to make these people into their host society. For example, while British was in India, the Indian people from north, south, east, and west Indian have jointly put effort to eliminate that British power from India. Similarly, a colonial power will impact the people to join together and make their culture or make their living in the same way. So this was the third thing.